Hello everyone, I hope you are fine and healthy. In this video, I am going to learn you different types of rules of grammar which will helpful for you to solve the reading and writing fill in the blanks, which is also known as drag drop and drop down fill in the blanks in PTE. You can see here on the screen rule number 1. If there are have, has, had, would have, could have, may have, should have, might have given before the fill in the blanks, we should use the third form of the verb, which is also known as verb 3. For example, Sunita would have played badminton. Suman might have gone to market. He had written a book. Rule number 2. If there are am, is, are, was, were, will be, shall be given in the passage before the fill in the blanks, we should use before, which is also known as ing form of the verb. For example, Rita will be dancing in the school. They were speaking French language. People are cutting trees in the forest. Rule number 3. If there are have been, has been, had been, will have been, shall have been given, we should use before, ing form of the verb. For example, he has been teaching in this college for 5 years. She will have been living in this house by 2050. Astha had been working in this company since 2019. Rule number 4. If there are passive form of the sentence given in the passage, we should use the third form of the verb, which is also known as verb 3. They are as follows. Active voice structure in simple present tense. The rule is subject plus V1 or V5 plus object. Active voice sentence. Sohan repairs the roof. Passive voice structure. Object plus is MR plus verb 3 plus by plus subject. Passive voice sentence. The roof is repaired by Sohan. Active voice structure in present continuous tense. The rule is subject plus am is are plus before plus object. For example, Hari is cleaning the room. Passive voice structure is object plus am is are plus being plus verb 3 plus by plus subject. For example, the room is being cleaned by Hari. Active voice structure in present perfect tense is subject plus have has plus verb 3 plus object. For example, Rita has planted trees. Passive voice structure is object plus have has plus been plus verb 3 plus by plus subject. For example, trees have been planted by Rita. If there is singular subject, then we should use singular verb. But if there is plural subject, then we should use plural verb. So here, trees are plural subject. So with the trees, we should use have verb. Trees have. Rule number 5. If there are can be, shall be, will be, might be, could be, must be given in the sentence, we use third form of the verb, verb 3. For example, homework must be done by students. Rule number 6. If there are has to be, have to be, had to be given in the sentences, we use third form of the verb, verb 3. For example, English has to be learnt by Rita. Active voice structure in simple past tense. The rule is subject plus V2 plus object. For example, Julie repaired the roof. Passive voice structure is subject plus was were plus verb 3 plus by plus object. The roof was repaired by Julie. Active voice structure in past continuous. Subject plus was were plus before plus object. For example, Rohit was beating them in the park. Passive voice structure is they were being beaten by Rohit. Active voice structure in the past perfect tense is subject plus had plus verb 3 plus object. For example, Kiran had bought a new laptop. Passive voice structure is subject plus had been plus verb 3 plus by plus object. 4 is a new laptop had been bought by Kiran. Active voice structure in simple future tense is subject plus shall will plus verb 1 plus object. 4 is Sarita will buy a book. Passive voice structure is object plus shall will plus be plus verb 3 plus by plus subject. 4 is a book will be bought by Sarita. Rule number 7. Nouns which begins with the vowel letters a, e, o, u and I that always give vowel sounds. So we should use an. 4 is an application, an axe, an insect, an iron, an orange, an ox, an umbrella, an uncle, an egg, an engineer, etc. Rule number 8. If there is an abbreviation whose first letter has a vowel sound, we should use an. 4 is an SE candidate, an MP, an CTO, an MA, an NTC staff, etc. Rule number 9. In most cases, the letters E, O and U are pronounced as vowels, but sometimes they are pronounced as consonant, U, W. So we should use an. 4 is a U, a European, a one-eyed man, a university, etc. Rule number 10. We use the in the following conditions. In front of the newspaper names, we should use the. 4 is the Rising Nepal, the Kathmandu Post. For the religious books, we should use the Vedas, the Ramayana. For the single objects in the world, we should use the sun, the moon, the earth. In front of the ship's name, we should use the Titanic, the Mary Celeste. For the geographical names, we should use the USA, the UK. For the desert's name, we should use the Sahara, the Thar. In front of the river's name, we should use the. 4 is the Karnali, the Ganges, the Nile, etc. In front of the sea, we should use the Caribbean Sea, the Dead Sea. Oceans and islands, we should use the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean. Mountain ranges, we should use the Himalayas, the Alps. In front of the name of political parties, we should use the Nepali Congress, the Communist. Parts in the house, we should use the kitchen, the bedroom, the toilet. Nationality adjectives, we should use the English, the Scottish, the French. For the historical buildings and monuments, we should use the. 4 is the Taj Mahal, the Eiffel Tower, etc. For the musical instruments, we should use the piano, the guitar, the madal, etc. For the directions, we should use the. 4 is the east, the west, the north. For the day breaks, we should use the morning, the afternoon, the evening. For the physical positions, we should use the. 4 is the top, the bottom, the left. For the ordinal numbers, we should use the first, the second, the third. Periods of 10 years, we should use the 30s, the 60s, the 20s, etc. We should use the with parts of the body when we talk about their measurement, anatomy and function. 4 is the heart sends blood around the body. The eye is a very sensitive organ. Rule number 11. We should use the with the following structures that make the nouns definite. The structure is quantifiers plus of plus the remaining things of the sentence. For example, most of the workers in this factory are from Nepal. So workers from Nepal, not from other countries. So we should use the in front of the workers. Another example is a few of the students were in the science lab. So the students from the science lab. So we should use the to indicate the students, and this the make the student definite. So we should use the here. Nouns with definite clause. The apples in this basket are from Syangja. So these apples are from Syangja, not from other district. So we should use the for this definite article. The students in this list are from Nepalganj. So certain list has been made, and in this list the students are from Nepalganj, not from other district. So we should use the. The boy who is wearing red jacket is my friend. So a red jacket has made here definite article. So we should use the. The juice in this glass is very tasty. So in this glass. So juice in this glass become definite article. So we should use the. The plus noun plus relative clause. The girl who stood first is my cousin. The book that I bought last week is written by Jane Austen. Rule number 12. Subject plus make plus agent plus verb 1 plus object. Sarita makes her sister is agent here. Working person is known as agent. Sarita makes her sister cook rice. Sarita made her sister cook rice. Sarita will make her sister cook rice. If there is make and agent, then we should use verb 1. We should not use to before the verb. Rule number 13. Subject plus get or got plus agent plus to plus verb 1 plus object. If there is get or got or will get, then we should use to infinitive. For example, Ram gets his servant is agent to dig the field. Ram got his servant to dig the field. Ram will get his servant to dig the field. So if there is get, got or will get, then we should use to infinitive before the verb. Rule number 14. Subject plus have plus agent plus verb 1 plus object. If there is have or has, then we should not use to. We should use bare infinitive. For example, the teacher has a student bring a camera. The teacher had a student bring a camera. The teacher will have a student bring a camera. So if there is make, have, has, had, then we should not use to before the verb. But if there is get, got, will get, then we should use to before the verb. Rule number 15. Some more examples are given below. Causative verb with agent. If there is agent or if there is working person, then we should use verb 1. For example, he made me. Me is agent here. Me is working person here. So he made me sing a song. We should use verb 1. They got me. Me is agent to write a letter. So if there is get, got, will get, then we should use to before the verb to write a letter. Sam will make her work hard. He had a painter is agent here, paint, verb 1, his house. Causative verb without agent. If there is no working person, if there is no agent, then we should use third form of the verb 3. For example, she got her room. Her room is object here. Her room is not agent. Her room is object here. So, she got her room cleaned. We should use verb 3. I got my letter. My letter is object here. My letter is not agent. So, I got my letter written. We should use verb 3. She had her shoes polished. My sister made the roof repaired. So, if there is no agent, then we should use verb 3. Rule number 16. If there is a purpose of doing something, we should use so that, in order to, so as to. For example, I worked hard so that I could get good marks. The purpose is to get good marks. So, we should use so that. She is saving money in order to buy her dream car. They made many plans so as to catch the thief. Rule number 17. We use these conjunctions although, though, even though, in spite of, however, to show opposite situations or unexpected results. For example, although his leg is broken, he runs fast. Though it was raining, we decided to go for a walk. Even though they were millionaires, they live in old house. In spite of her illness, she is cheerful. In spite of the fog, planes are still landing. She is an excellent student. However, her test scores have been declining recently. So, we should use these conjunctions to show the unexpected results. Rule number 18. We use these conjunctions as, since, because of, therefore, to show the reasons. For example, as he was careless, he failed his exams. So, why he failed his exams? The reason is he was careless. So, we use these conjunctions to show the reasons, to show the cause. Since I was hungry, I decided to have a burger. I went to Germany last week because I wanted to visit a European country. The company went bankrupt because of its poor management. Mohan studied hard for the exam, therefore she got an A+. You can see here on the screen, choose the correct word from the brackets to complete the passage below. One day a rich merchant of England thought to get his servant. So, get his servant is a causative verb. And after get or got, if there is agent, then we should use to plus verb 1. And here, his servant is an agent. So, after get or got, we should use to plus verb 1. To buy some food from the market, so he sent his servant to the market to buy food. And you can see a and the. So, which will be fit here? Servant returned very quickly and rushed into his master's room. So, the is definite article. So, we should use the here. The servant returned very quickly and rushed into his master's room. His eyes was, are, were. So, all these activities happened in the past. So, we should use here were. His eyes were wide and his whole body was shaking with fear. Master, he cried. As I was walking through the crowded market, a woman struck against at with, which will be here. So, against will be here. Struck against me and nearly fell. When I returned round to help her, I saw that it was dead, and she raised her hand, was about to touch me. I ran from that evil place and did not look back. Now I must escape from this town at once. And in the bracket you can see, must not I, mustn't I, must I not? So here is tag question. So must not I will be the correct answer here. But now in the bracket you can see, did you know, you did know, you knew, this woman was dead. So the correct answer will be here, did you know. But how did you know this woman was dead? Asked the merchant. I have good reason to know her, replied the servant. 2 years ago when I had was having have. So had will be the correct answer here. I had a fever. I was alone with her, face to face, for 6 days and nights. At once, only a month ago, she looked straight at me when a madman is thrown, through was thrown. So, through will be the correct answer here. She looked straight at me when a madman threw a knife at me and it caught me an inch above my heart. If you lend me, so if plus simple present tense here. So if there is if plus simple present tense, then in main clause we should use shall will. So if you lend me your fastest horse, I will ride. This is the conditional clause. So we should use I will ride like the wind to Samara. Samara is a place name, and for the place name we should use where. Samara, where I will be safe. In the 2nd century of the Christian era, the Empire of Rome comprehended the fairest part of the earth and the most civilized. And in the bracket you can see plead, pasted, ponder, portion of mankind. So portion will be the correct answer here. The frontiers of that extensive monarchy means king rule, were guarded by ancient renown and disciplined valor, the gentle but powerful. And in the bracket you can see interior influence, ignorance, imaginary of laws and manners had gradually cemented the union of the provinces. So the correct answer will be influence here. Their peaceful inhabitants enjoyed and abused the advantages of wealth and luxury. The image of a free constitution was preserved with decent reverence. The Roman Senate appeared to possess the sovereign, and in the bracket analog authority, arresting, amazing, and devolved on the emperors all the executive powers of government. So authority will be the correct answer here. During a happy period of more than 80 years, the public, and in the bracket adage, applications, administration across. So administration will be the correct answer here. Was conducted by the virtue and abilities of Nerva, Trajan, Hadrian, and the 2 Antonines. It is the design of this and of the 2 succeeding, and in the bracket you can see chapters comparing cloudy coloring. So the correct answer will be chapters here, to describe the prosperous condition of their empire, and afterwards from the death of Marcus Antoninus to deduce the most important And in the bracket you can see circumstances, circumnavigate, centrally, celebratory of its decline and fall, a revolution which will ever be remembered and is still felt by the nations of the earth. So, the correct answer is circumstances here. It is tempting to try to prove that good looks win votes, and many academics have tried. The dash, and you can see here in the bracket principle, idea, difficulty, concept. So, difficulty is the correct answer here. The difficulty is that beauty is in the eye of the, and in the bracket you can see people, beholder, builder, audience. Beholder means observer, and you cannot behold a politician's face without a veil of extraneous prejudice getting in the way. So, here also behold, so the correct answer beholder will be here. Does George Bush possess a disarming grin or a fastidious smell, complexion, smirk, binge? A smirk means a smile. The correct answer will be a smirk here. Does George Bush possess a disarming grin or a fastidious smirk? It is hard to find anyone who can look at the president without assessing him politically as well as, and in the bracket you can see culturally, physically, economically, individually. So, the correct answer here is physically. Crime prevention has a long history in Australia and in other parts of the world. In all societies, people have tried to dash, and you can see in the bracket here are given promote, respect, enhance, protect themselves and those close to them from assaults and other abuses. So the correct answer is protect. Every time someone locks the door to their house or their car, they practice dash, and in the bracket you can see a number of relation to, addition to, a form of prevention. So the correct answer is here a form of. Most parents want their children to learn to be law-abiding and not spend extended periods of their lives in prison. In this country, at least most dash, and in the bracket you can see success, had succeeded, succeed, succeeded. So the correct answer is succeed here. Only a small minority of young people become recidivist offenders. In a functioning society, crime prevention is part of everyday life. While prevention can be all pervasive at the grassroots, and in the bracket here is given which, it, what, as. So it is the correct answer here. It is oddly neglected in mass media and political discourses. When politicians talk back, radio hosts and newspaper editorialists pontificate about crime and dash, and in the bracket you can see default, possible, articulate, absolute. So the correct answer is here possible. Remedies. Formed 2 million years ago, when low density salt was pushed up through the much harder materials surrounding it. The Cardona Salt Mountain is one of the largest domes of its kind in the world and unique in Europe. While small amounts of other minerals pervade the Savory Hill, the salt pile dash and in the brackets you can see would have had, has had, a near translucent quality if not for the thin layer of reddish clay coating the exterior. So would have will be the correct answer here. Translucent भनेको yellowing light. The dash and in the bracket you can see significant, significance, significantly, signify of the mountain was recognized as early as the Middle Ages when Romans began exploiting the mountain for its salt. So the correct answer is significance here, which began to bolster the young Cardonian dash and in the brackets here correspondence, economy, accordance, economist. So the correct answer is economy here. With the invention of industrial mining techniques, a mine was built into the side of the mountain and a thriving facility formed at its base as excavators dragged enormous amount of potash, water-soluble salt from the innards of the hill in dash and in the bracket here are ratio, addition, interest, adaptation. So addition will be the correct answer here. In addition to the mineral export. This is known as drag and drop fill in the blanks in PTE. Spacecraft and launch pad equipment undergo extreme dash due to vibration during rocket launches. So in one number, which will be the correct answer? Choices are underpin, temperature, stress, effect, remain, undergo, strengthen. So spacecraft and launch pad equipment undergo extreme stress. So one number stress will be here. Extreme stress due to vibration during rocket launches. So when rocket launches, at that time it has high vibration. So there is a kind of stress. To make sure that they functional in space, shock absorption technology was designed to protect the spacecraft. So 2 number is remain. To make sure that they remain functional in space, shock absorption technology was designed to protect the spacecraft during earthquakes, buildings and bridges, similar stress. So 3 number undergo. So undergo. 3 number undergo. Bridges undergo similar stress. That is why the same shock absorption technology used for spacecraft is now used to dash buildings and bridges in earthquake prone regions. So 4 number answer will be strengthen. Climate change is dash and is putting the future of the entire coffee sector at risk. Researchers estimate that over the course of 30 years, roughly half of the land used to grow coffee will decrease and will no longer be suitable for coffee. So, 1 number answer is climate change is dash intensifying. Climate change is intensifying and is putting the future of the entire coffee sector at risk. Researchers estimate that over the course of 30 years, roughly half of the land used to grow coffee will decrease and will no longer be suitable for coffee. 2 number answer is coffee production. Coffee production with effects from climate change rising at an alarming, 3 number answer is alarming pace. Alarming pace, higher temperatures are significantly impacting coffee cultivation at lower elevations. Please like, comment and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching my video.